What happened was the glory of God, that atmosphere, that Eden situation that they were in, that mindset, it left. And as it left, what did they see? They saw themselves in them. Did God change? No. His glory left him. It left him. And from that moment on, now we see parents that have no glory, but they have children. Come on. But as Adam was there, and he learned, and the Lord was training him, because you train a child up in the way that you go, he get older, he won't depart from you, right? So Adam was being trained by God. Adam was being trained by God. Then Adam began to train Eve. So I got some points for you, godly parents, godly fathers. First thing, you got to get the Eden mindset. Get the Eden mindset. And as you get that mindset, as you're being trained by God, and then as God give you a wife, a husband, as God give you children, you ought to teach them the principles of God. Being a godly father just simply means that you exemplify, and you teach the principles of God. It's not mean that you're perfect. It doesn't mean that you're perfect at all. My mom used to wake us up at 5 o'clock in the morning. All of us. I was the youngest. I had to be like 5 and 6 when she started doing this. I hated it. She used to wake us up at 5 o'clock because since we have 4 kids. They have 4 kids. I'm the youngest of 4. And I was the toughest one, man, because I did not want to wake up. I didn't. And I fought to wake up. I didn't want to brush my teeth. I was like, no. That was me. But when my mom woke us up, and she'll have us sit in chairs, and she'll play the Cuff on Dollar City, a little tape. It'd be like a teacher tape. To this day, I still don't know what he said. I don't remember. Because it was 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was young. And as I was sitting there, 6 years old, not even knowing what he's talking about, she'd have us repeat it. Faith is good. Say it, Justin. In some kind of way, she recorded. She was recording what we were doing. I guess as a mother, she just wanted to go back and like, that's my babies. So she was recording, and this particular morning, I got a whooping because I wasn't doing it. And am I wrong? And she was playing it one day. You could just hear me. But she cared enough about us to do what? To train us. My dad's a pastor. Many of times he was here helping train other children. Did my mom look at it as an excuse for us not to be, your daddy pastor, he wasn't going to do it. No, she was there. Anytime he wasn't able to be there because he may have been with your child or someone else, she was there. She stepped in. So can y'all clap it up for my mom? None of us are perfect, but they gave us some foundational things. They taught us some foundational things. And that's what I want to talk to you about for a couple minutes, okay? The first foundational thing is authority. As you begin as a godly father / godly mother, as you begin to teach your children some things, because they're not going to do everything right. They're not going to be perfect. But when you give them the foundational things, the bulk of what they need to get right, they will. And it's going to take practice. So authority. As you see on the screen, authority. With authority and teaching your child authority, when you submit, you gain access and promotion. So can you just say that to somebody, access and promotion? Access and promotion. Access and promotion. It's glory and submission. Glory. It's glory and submission, my brother. It's glory and submission. Access and promotion. How many guys want promotion? How many guys want promotion? Are you submitting to your boss? It's another story. So with this authority, all it is teaching you that, son, as I'm sitting down, my daddy talking to me, son, respect your elders. We all hear that, right? Respect your elders. Children, respect your teachers, your principals, your police officers. Respect all these people. Because as you do that, God will promote you. God will begin to give you access. But this is the key. This is the key, is helping them understand it. You have ownership and you have access, okay? Who owns this world? God owns this world. He owns this world. Who does he give access to? Us. The best way I can describe it is, imagine if I go home and my dad has a 42-inch screen or whatever. And if I go home and my dad, like I said, he's a pastor here at King David, and he's here all day, and I'm already home. It's like 5 o'clock, I'm already home. I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm watching some Cat Dog. You guys watch Cat Dog? Okay. Zay happy, he's smiling. Or some love and hip hop, or some crazy on BT. They always got crazy there. But I'm watching TV, right? I'm watching TV. Oh, man. And then my dad comes home, had a long day. My dad comes home and says, Doc, let me get that motor truck. Come on, let me get that. What am I supposed to do? Give it to him, right? Because if the truth be told, he has ownership over that house. He pays the bill, he pays the light bill, the water bill. But throw him his son, and throw him respect his authority. I have access. If you don't know all to teach your child, if you don't know all the principles to teach your child, teach them to respect. As a teacher, I see children disrespect me all the time. And I want to get on there and say, I'm going to tell your mama. Then the mama come in, guess what she does? She disrespects me as well. You're training your child. You got to realize, how am I training my child? How am I training him? Am I training him to show respect? Because when you're showing disrespect, that's a form of witchcraft, which is rebellion. Lucifer was in heaven, but as he began to rebel, he was kicked out. But as long as he was submitting to the process, he had heaven. You got to ask yourself, do I want heaven? Do I want to be great? Do I want promotion? Do I want to have access? But you got to kill that pride, because you got to realize you don't have ownership. You may own your house on paper, but the truth be told, it's God's house, right? So you know, God, I'm going to let you take care of it. Because if you own it, you got to have upkeep with it. You just say, God, I want you to take care of my house. God, I want you to pay these bills. But I'm just going to have excess, Father. I know you're going to make a way. I know you're going to make a way.
Thanks, Justin.
So just say authority. So the second principle. Have three, I'm going to get out your way. Second one, love. Come on. Love. Another foundational thing. They came to Jesus one day and they said, Jesus, they had a little cartoon show and they always used to try to mess with Jesus. They used to always try to get him. Y'all ever seen that show? Y'all never seen it? Well, episode 32, this particular episode, they come up to Jesus. Yeah, Jesus, what's the greatest commandment? And Jesus begins to quote what? Deuteronomy, right? Am I in the book? So he begins to quote Deuteronomy. And as he began to quote, he's like, love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, strength. Right? And then he goes on to say another one in the top two. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. And earlier this week in Vacation Bible School, we had a great Vacation Bible School. The first night was about being a what? A soldier. My students still remember. That's great. Being a soldier. Being a soldier. God said they'll know that you're my disciples if you love. So this love is a foundational thing that you need to teach your child. Just as Adam began to teach Eve because he learned that from God. You think that Adam knew love? If your wife go talk to the devil and mess up and you still stay with her, that's love. Amen. Amen. See, sometimes you have mates and you say, man, I know you're not for me because I know you messed up. But God gave Adam to Eve, right? And God gave Eve to Adam, right? But didn't she find herself in a pit, right? Didn't she find herself making a mistake, but didn't God give them to each other? But that's why it takes true love to love somebody. True love that goes beyond sin. Love is higher than anything. But the great thing to teach your child is that love, agape love, is between you and God. It's not about what anybody else does. It's not about what they do to you. It's between you and God. But you gotta ask yourself, if I can love my neighbor as myself, I gotta wonder, do I love myself? Because I can't love you until I love myself. There's two type of persons, an insecure person and a secure person. An insecure person thinking they were born without. They think they were born without in their heart. They look at Susie and they say, Susie, oh, she has that. I wish if I could only have the thing that she has, then I could love myself. But their whole life they're living without. But a secure person knows they have everything within them to obtain anything they can get. But an insecure person walks out of the house each day trying to obtain what they don't have. Come on. They're bitter, they're jealous. So they're trying to obtain what they don't have. A secure person, they leave the house wanting to elevate someone else. So you gotta ask yourself, do I love myself? Because until you love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. That bitterness will come out. That jealousy will come out. Love. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Another scripture for that is 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4. Read that at home. Read that at home. Oh, my daddy woke me. Boy, he was up there too long. Last point. Character versus type. This is something that the Lord has just been. I had my brother back there. Can you stand up right here? Mr. McKinney, he said, yeah, you know I was going to call him. That's one of my brothers, man. He's a guy, if you want to, I know some of you guys seen on life groups and stuff that I've been having over at college and the Lord has blessed me with. And he's one of the faithful members that's been there. He's also a graduate, going to be a future graduate in December of Newberry College. So can we clap it up for that brother? He's going to be a teacher as well. Well, at life groups, man, that night, man, we were talking. We had some good talks. And then it's an open discussion, and basically you bring your opinion. However messed up you are, whether in Genesis 3, 1, 12, 13, I don't care. I just want you to come. Have people, man, that's been homosexual, been delivered, and they're constantly, being close with brothers and stuff. Some great things are happening. One night we just got to talk about character versus title. And the Lord just been speaking through me. Like my dad said, I speak anytime people ask me to come and speak, And it's been a couple times the Lord just keep bringing this back up in me. Because it's a vital thing. It's a foundational thing. Which one is more important? The character or the title? Character. You say character. Do we really believe it? Now, how many do you guys remember Mr. Bob? Do you guys remember Mr. Bob? He was our teacher. Do you guys have a picture for me? Y'all don't remember my social studies teacher, Mr. Bob? Deja? Everybody had a Mr. Bob. Y'all don't remember him? Y'all don't remember him? At Westside, tell him? Y'all like, I don't remember him. I was with you until you said that. We've all had a Mr. Bob, the history teacher. Mr. Bob, I guess his name would be Daquan or something like that. Daquan. There we go, Daquan. Y'all can feel me now. I didn't get to tell him which picture to pick, so Mr. Daquan, let's look at that. So we have Daquan, Mr. Daquan. He's a what kind of teacher? Social studies teacher, right? So he comes to class and you can tell he doesn't want to be there. You can tell he's bitter. You can tell his heart is really in something else, right? So Mr. Daquan, he was one of the top receivers in the state. One of the top receivers. His whole heart was making it to the NFL. His whole heart. That's all as a child. Go make it to the NFL. Go make it. But Mr. Daquan,